What's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So this latest kick that I'm on is called Isn't It Ironic? No, seriously. So irony, it's not the adjective you use when your clothes are de-wrinkled. It's not just coincidentally bad stuff that happens to you at inopportune moments. Looking at you, Alanis Morissette. It's the opposite of what you would expect to happen at certain moments in time during your life. When used properly, it can be either hilarious or incredibly thought-provoking. And so in this vlog kick, we will look at two songs of each and how to use how the use, I should say, of irony can lend itself very, very well to a song. The first three songs are protest songs and the irony that comes with war and politics, while the last one focuses on the irony of a journey of self-discovery. So, like I said, I am doing these blogs and vlogs through the Memphis Songwriters Association, but I do want to say that the views and opinions expressed in this particular article are those of my, authorship, right, and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Memphis Songwriters Association. But we're going to start off by talking about Birmingham Sunday by Joan Baez. In recent years, there's been a movement to say the names of people who have died from senseless violence. I have talked extensively, though maybe not in blog form, about how Bob Dylan's Blowin' in the Wind is still so relevant 60 plus years after it was released. And with Joan Baez's Birmingham Sunday, we get the beginnings of the Say Their Name movement. In three of the verses in this tune about the 1963 bombing at a black church in Birmingham, the narrator talks about the four little girls who were killed, mentioning them by name: Addie Mae Collins, Denise McNair, Cynthia Wesley, and Carol Robertson. In the first verse, before she even mentions anyone's name, she says blood ran like wine, a sure allusion to the Last Supper. And each verse ends with, and the choir kept singing for freedom. This is where the irony comes in. The 16th Street Baptist Church was a meeting spot for civil rights leaders and those who wanted to help with protests in the fight for freedom. As this bombing was going on, according to the song, the choir, representing the innocents and also resistance, kept singing for freedom. In other words, as their freedom was being stripped, they just kept on singing for it. Those two images happening simultaneously provide a powerful moment of irony, and that makes the song what it is. So melodically, the first verse of the song uses F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, F sharp, and G sharp, with the F sharp, G sharp closing out each verse and getting played twice. With the song in F sharp, this is a 1-4-1 flat seventh 1 pattern. In the subsequent verses, the D sharp 7, which is the 5-7 chord, gets played before the final G. Instrumentally, the song contains acoustic guitar, chimes of freedom, and vocals. It makes perfect sense for a song like this to only be accompanied by a minimal arrangement such as guitar, but the chimes give a nice contrast to the haunting vocals, given that it's about an event that happened at a church. And given the title of the song, Chimes of Freedom, as I alluded to a second ago, pops into my head, so the placement of the chimes provides a level of instrumental irony as well. So structurally, the song uses all verses, of which there are 8. The details about the girls who were killed are minimal, but that's exactly the point. They were just innocent girls who didn't ask for any of the violence to be inflicted upon them. Of course, just talking about them would have been fine, but interspersed within the verses about them are details and other verses about the political climate at the time of the bombing. This includes one question: how many blackberries grow in the blue sea, somehow implying that blackberries are some sort of invasive species, and the blue sea, no doubt a representation of blue eyes, are what should be there. It's a disturbing thought, but a very poetic one. And paired with the aforementioned names of the girls killed, humanizing them, it gives us a clear picture of what's going on, or what was going on. This sounds like more of a lyrical breakdown, but since this is somewhat of a hybrid song, telling a story but giving examples of what was going on in the political and social climate, it's important to note how the information is delivered all at once in no particular order to fully grasp how much information is needed to understand. And even with that, it's impossible to understand the atrocity just listening to it today if you weren't there. Closing interesting fact about this particular tune, this one was written by Richard Farina, who was an influential musician in the Greenwich Village folk scene in the 1960s. His life was tragically cut short by a motorcycle accident at the age of 29 in 1965, and when you think about 1963 through 65, that was the height of all of these protest songs that initially came out. So that's just kind of wild to think about. But Birmingham Sunday is linked below. You can take a listen. It's an incredibly powerful song, and I hope you get something out of it. And like I said, the use of irony can really embolden your writing. And so think about that, even if it's not this topic. But I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out all of my other vlogs right here on YouTube and all of my blogs, which are on the Memphis Songwriters Association website. Thank you so much.